Tonight, it's Madden NFL football. Super Bowl 57. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The hype and the talk is over. We're set for the big one. Super Bowl 57. Away we go from Arizona. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. The Chiefs and Niners, of course, back at it following the memorable encounter in Super Bowl 54. It looked like the Niners were on their way to a title. They led 20-10 in the fourth quarter. But it was Patrick Mahomes who led the Chiefs back as they scored 3 unanswered touchdowns in that fourth quarter to claim the Lombardi Trophy by a 31-20 margin. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mostert. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this down the 40-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 22. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
The ball carrier.
On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
2nd and 9.
Mostert. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
You know, we play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4. Those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam in there.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
This is Mostert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. This is Coleman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Consecutive gains of 1, 2, and now 3 yards. Brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. The kick ball goal is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
At the 25-yard line. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll drop to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
To try again after the sack. Mahomes, and going deep for Hill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tartt. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now Mostert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They got the interception, but very little movement after. And that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up first and 10. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Chiefs, nothing.
Some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. He'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And 11.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally stop him, and a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
2nd and inches at the 6-yard line.
They hand it off to Mostert. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about...
And that's caught inside the 30. And that's a touchdown. But hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing now is Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points.
His kick is
1 play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
3rd down and 12.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Now on 1st down. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Hooked off here at 32. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. But that's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The tackle made back at his own.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. But you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Mostert.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain. This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Two minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Uncorks one for Davis. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And Gold is able to put it through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Mahomes. They still can't get it. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They're going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. Way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 68 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score.
Niners 16. Chiefs.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now a give to Mostert running right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
To throw now on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And these guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half. Now late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs have... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. They'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Return. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at about the 32. Here's Mahomes to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D4. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And they will finally stop him, and a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Makes the score Niners 23, Chiefs 22.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I don't think that there's any way you can run back after what happened. Totally didn't affect me. It's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Flush to his right. Incomplete to him. And now look at this. Big gain by fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even insult the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. Now it's Mahomes again. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the two-point try.
The Chiefs will set up for the two-point conversion.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And now it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wondered maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
Once again, it's Mostert. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He finds Coleman. And he is going to have a Niners first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he's got a first down and inside of midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. And good for 19 and a first down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
It's a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Coleman. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Here's Mostert, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. One more time with Mostert. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll run with Mostert. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave them with a long 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team once more. From the left hash, a chip shot here. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Robbie Gould on for the field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
The kick by Gould is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Sack, tried to get away, but could not. Eric Armstead gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And so they're in the maneuver. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line. 3. A big play there for the Niners. Give him 58 yards on the ground.
3-yard line.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the one.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd and goal from the 1. It's Coleman here. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
They will run again with Coleman. And this time he is in. Tevin Coleman taking it in. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. It makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now a nice throw here right side. He holds it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So 2nd down's 43. Mahomes now to throw. This one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And again, it's Mahomes. He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This now a chance at the very least to burn some clock following that 4th down stop. Points would be ideal, as they certainly wouldn't mind some breathing room. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
play action. They'll throw. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now back to throw. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
1-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Pick up a 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
This is Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Willie Gay on the snap.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Mostert. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
It's 4th down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And it's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
They'll run with Mostert. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
To 2nd and goal.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
This one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Niners 40, Chiefs 28. Robbie Gould San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman.
25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Brought down back at the 19-yard line.
And the